What's going on, guys? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Friday, TGIF. It is Friday. We have a full slate, 15 games, just like we're used to. And what we're going to do is, if you don't know what we do here, we're going to break it down. So we're going to go through every single pitching matchup that's available. Now, in theory, with 15 games, we should have obviously 30 pitchers, but not all the pitchers are out there yet. We're getting to the point of the season where, people have been hurt or whatever the case is, and pitchers aren't being, for some teams anyway, pitchers aren't being reported who's going to start for a little bit. So as of the making of this video, we don't have all the pitching options there. If they make good options, obviously they'll be in our cheat sheet, which is you can find at FantasyTeamAdvisor.com. So before we get started, just like normal, if you find this video at all helpful, please hit that like button. Please leave me a comment, preferably a positive comment, but a comment. Likes and comments help with the YouTube algorithm. So if you find it helpful, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If this video gets 30 likes, we'll put out a FanDuel and DraftKings GPP lineup. We'll pin that in the comment section down below. So a lot of things to help you guys out. It helps me out as well. So after we get done with all of these players, all of these pitchers, then we can, on the website, which I'll link it down below, but you can find the actual pitchers that we like the most out of those. Those will be in the article down below. So out of theory, 30 pitchers, we have 6 to 7 that we like. And then on our cheat sheet, we will have more. So you can sign up. You can go to FantasyTeamAdvisor.com, FTA Plus, and then you can sign up for a day pass, a week pass, a month pass, or a year pass. So definitely check that out. If you guys want to win a day pass for free, all you got to do is like the video, be a subscriber, and tell me who you think's going to hit a home run, what inning they're going to hit it in, and the distance traveled. The distance traveled is only for a tie if multiple people pick the same player in the same inning, which rarely ever happens, but it obviously can. So that being said, just kind of looking at weather real quick to start out. We really only one spot that we have to look at, and that's right here, Red Sox at the Orioles, 74% chance of rain. Depending on, we're so far out, obviously this can change, but as of right now, we'll have to just monitor this storm here in Baltimore. Just looking at it, 74 up to 79, then 74, and it tapers down. Obviously, storms move, and they're not predicted quite well. So this is a game just to kind of monitor. Definitely would be looking at Boston Red Sox bats, obviously, for the most part. So that's a game that is a little bit of concern there. And then there's just 10% chances of rain. And then you've got Minnesota, Detroit. It's supposed to rain in the afternoon before the game and then tapers off. So this is something to look at as well. Cincinnati at Cleveland, 20%. Obviously, we're so far removed from the start of this game. Don't just take this and that's it. Definitely monitor the weather. Pretty much up until first pitch. We'll tweet out if there's any concerns. It's also on our cheat sheet under the MLB, the weather tab there. So that being said, jumping into the first game, not going to be on your slate unless for some reason you're crazy and playing an all-day slate. So we're not really going to cover this game because it's the only early game, and then everything else is normal time. So you got Cahill versus Davies. If you are playing that single game, you can just kind of look what bats have been good for the Pirates in Chicago or against Chicago. Adam Frazier, 9 for 26 with 3 doubles and a triple. Colin Moran has 2 home runs. Todd Frazier has 2 home runs. So that side of the ball is there. Then if you look at Cubs bats against Cahill, now I don't know how you don't use Chris Bryant. He's just been absolutely on fire for a while now. Only faced him twice, has a hit, so not much. Or one, no, he's got 2 plate appearances, 1 hit, 1 walk. But he's been on fire. Home runs been Rizzo, Hayward, 5 for 12 and 2 for 10. Marisnick 2 for 5. So there's not a ton of great options. I probably won't have any exposure to this game. I won't be playing the single game, and I'm definitely not going to be playing the all-day slate. So we can move on from this game. The Brings us to the first game. There is weather concern, though. You got Eduardo Rodriguez versus Matt Harvey. Rodriguez, 79 plate appearances, 253 batting average against him, striking out 26.6 batters he's faced, 20 percentage of batters he's faced. Flip side of that, Matt Harvey, 60 plate appearances, a 316 batting average. The Red Sox bats that have had success against Harvey, just kind of looking hits-wise, JD Martinez 4 for 6 with a double. Christian Vasquez 2 for 3 with I guess 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, and he rested on Thursday, so I don't think he was hurt. I think it was just day of rest. Vasquez should be back in there. Devers 2 for 5. I mean, they've had success there. Devers has a home run. Franchi Cordero has a home run. So I know Kike Hernandez left hurt on Thursday, so definitely that's something to monitor there. Flip side of that, the Baltimore Orioles bats that have had success against Erod in the past consist of Trey Mancini's 10 for 34 with 3 doubles and 2 home runs. He's in a fantastic spot there. I love that. Pedro Severino has a home run. Ryan Mountcastle has a home run, but he's just struggling overall this season. Would I take either of these pitchers? I would think about Erod for GPP. But other than that, there are other options at pitching that we can go at. I want really nothing to do with Matt Harvey at all. Next game, the Nationals versus the Yankees. Patrick Corbin versus Jameson Taillon. Corbin, 92 plate appearances, giving up a 337 batting average against the Yankees. The Yankees are playing at home. They're coming off a Thursday loss, but they took the series from the Astros. Patrick Corbin has struggled mightily this season. He's kind of come on lately, but he has struggled. The Yankees bats have had success against him. That being said, Giancarlo Stanton is on another planet right now. Aaron Judge is struggling, but Stanton is picking it up right now. It seems like whenever Stanton struggles, Judge picks it up, and so on and so forth. Stanton is on fire. He's raised his batting average, I think, from 150 to like 320 in his 12-game hitting streak. Home runs, a lot of games straight. I'm looking at Corbin to get lit up here. But if you want to go the other narrative, Corbin for GBP, just in case the Yankees strike out a ton and don't score, while highly unlikely, definitely could happen. Jameson Gio Urshela left hurt. He's getting an MRI on Thursday, or he got an MRI yesterday. It looked to be good. I haven't heard any updates on it yet, though. So he's going to be a bat that's out there. So we'll just kind of see who's going to be playing where. I fully expect LeMahieu to move over to third. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but definitely look at the Yankees as a stack here. And then on the flip side, Jameson Taillon, 58 plate appearances, a 236 batting average, really coming on strong lately. The Yankees starting pitching dropped their overall team or starting pitching ERA significantly over their little turnaround here. That being said, I like Taillon here. I think both make GPP options. I don't know if I trust either of these in cash, though. Reds at the Indians, you got Wade Miley versus Zach Plesac. Miley, 63 plate appearances, a 271 batting average. The problem is he's only struck out 12.7% of the batters he's faced. Plesac, on the other hand, 31 plate appearances, a 207. I like this a little bit more because it's at Progressive Field. It's not at Great American Small Park. But that being said, you can definitely check out fantasyteamadvisor.com, hover over the MLB tab, and then the ballpark rankings, and it'll show you how Progressive Field ranks along with all the other ballparks that are in play for the weekend. So that is something to look at. GPP-wise, I don't mind. It's just they don't have a track record of striking out the opponents a lot, and of course, as you know, DFS, starting pitching strikeouts, those are where you're going to get a ton of fantasy points. So GPP, I don't mind here either. If I'm leaning towards cash, it would be Miley, but it's only very slightly. Diamondbacks at the Mets. I like this because Citi Field is massive. Zach Gallen versus David Peterson. Gallen, 31 plate appearances, a 148 batting average. I mean, the Mets are struggling. Lindor is struggling hugely. Gallen against the Mets, 31 plate appearances, struck out 41.9% of the batters he's faced. Peterson, on the other hand, only faced 2 of the Diamondbacks batters. I don't trust him. The Diamondbacks have been known to hit lately, and I probably, if I'm going someone, I'm going Zach Gallen. I don't know if I'll have any exposure to David Peterson in this slate. Next game, Minnesota Twins at the Detroit Tigers. We've got Matt Shoemaker versus Tariq Skubal. Shoemaker, 61 plate appearances, 34.4% of the batters he's faced, he struck out. I don't mind them. 119 batting average. The Tigers aren't good. We know this. So I really like Shoemaker here. Skubal here, 32 plate appearances, 28.1 K percentage, a 200 batting average. But again, when the Twins are on, they're mashing lefties. Skubal did not do well against the Yankees. The Twins have just as much power as the Yankees. Definitely be looking at stacking the Twins. Definitely be looking at Shoemaker for a starting pitching option, like him in cash or GPP. It really doesn't matter. Move to the next game. You got Milwaukee Brewers at the Miami Marlins at the amazing Lone Depot Park. You got Brent Suter versus Trevor Rogers. Suter, 30 plate appearances, a 296 batting average. Trevor Rogers, 15 plate appearances, 429. I know those numbers are inflated, but Rogers has been really good this season. I don't mind either of these pitchers for GPP. I would lean more towards Trevor Rogers than I would Brent Suter. The Phillies at the Braves. You got Zach Eflin versus Charlie Morton. Eflin, 136 plate appearances, a 244 batting average against him. Only striking out 17.6% of the Braves batters he's faced. Morton, on the other hand, 110 plate appearances, 29.1 K percentage, and a 282 batting average against him. Now, both of these I don't mind in GPP. For the most part, any pitchers that you see can all be used for GPPs. It just depends on how you build, how cheap they are on the sites, or how much they cost and how you build around them. That being said, I will have exposure to probably both of these pitchers, but the Braves do hit quite a bit. Freeman had the day off on Thursday. I don't think he's hurt. I think it was just a regular day of rest. So he should be refreshed and good to go. Wouldn't be surprised if he has a good game. Wouldn't be surprised if Acuna has a good game as well. Or some, Albies, Swanson, Austin Riley. It just depends on who's in that lineup there. But both of these pitchers, I don't mind using them tonight. Next game, the Mariners at the Rangers. We don't know for the Mariners right now versus Mike Fultonevich. Fultonevich, 18 plate appearances, a 294 batting average. Now, John Means just no-hit the Mariners on Wednesday. And, that happened. Fulte, he's shown flashes of brilliance when he was with the Braves prior 2020. I think 2019 he had a pretty damn good year. Let's see. Just kind of want to see what it was. No, 2019. Must be 2018 he had a good game. Or good season. Let's see. (2018) he went 13-10, but he only had a 2.85 ERA in 31 games. Yeah, 2019 4.54 ERA, and then 2020 16.2, and currently 1-3 record with 4.32 ERA here. The Mariners are not a good team. I would throw out Fulte here for GPP, just because we've seen flash. 2018 was his best year. Other than that, his career ERA is it's a nice 4.33, so he's 0.01 below his career ERA. That being said, GPP, I don't mind. Cash, you're not trusting them, and we just don't know who's pitching for the Mariners right now. Blue Jays at the Astros. You got Ross Stripling versus Jose Urquidy. Stripling, 19 plate appearances, 368 batting average. I'm assuming all of those 19 plate appearances came when he was with the Dodgers. Urquidy, 8 plate appearances, 286. I don't know if I'll have any exposure to either of these. I really doubt I'll have much exposure to these two. And I say I won't have exposure and then I have some. I won't with these guys. I can promise you. I will have zero exposure to these. I would definitely be looking at the bats. Altuve kind of came alive against the Yankees, although he's a little shrimp midget. But other than that, both of these teams can hit. We know this. And I just don't think pitching is going to come into be a factor in this game. White Sox at the Royals is next. Carlos Rodon versus Brad Keller. Rodon, 84 plate appearances, 293 batting average. Kansas City's been hitting. That's true. Carlos Rodon, it's a contract year for him. A lot of pitchers dominate in their contract year because they need to prove it to get a new contract. It's being played at Kauffman, which is a pitcher's park, which I like even more. Brad Keller, 117 plate appearances, 275 batting average. I don't mind either of these pitchers. I think Rodon more of a cash option, Brad Keller more of a GPP, but definitely both could be GPP for sure here. Rockies at the Cardinals, Austin Gomber versus Jack Flaherty. I'm not going to trust Gomber at all. He's only faced 3 plate appearances against the Cardinals. We know that their righties can hit. Maybe on Thursday, Albert Pujols was designated for assignment. Maybe the Cardinals pick him back up. They won't, but, never know. But I really like Flaherty here. 27. Colorado, away from Colorado, while they're okay, they're not like they are at home. 27 plate appearances against Colorado, striking out 40.7% of those batters, and a 154 batting average. So definitely love me some Flaherty here. He is an ace, and I would say he's probably a top 10 ace in the majors right now. I'm not going to go through a list, but he's up there. He's been doing really well. Dodgers at the Angels is the next game. Julio Urias versus Angels to be announced. Urias, I don't mind, and I feel like he's had to have faced some of these Angels batters being in the same city. I know they play each other. Let's check it out. He's only had 8 at-bats against him. Given up 4 hits. No extra base hits, so they've all been singles and struck out 2. So, there's not a lot of exposure there. Just depending on who's going to be in this lineup, it really depends. We don't know who's going to be with the Angels as of now, but I definitely like Urias for sure. Tampa Bay at Athletics, if they don't have someone posted already, I'm assuming it might be an opener, which you're not going to use anyway. Then you got Sean Manaea, 46 plate appearances, a 244 batting average. I don't mind this as GPP because, again, it's Oakland Coliseum. It's in Oakland. It's a massive ballpark. The Rays are coming all the way out to Oakland, so the time difference and all of that stuff that might play a factor. So I don't mind that actually. So so obviously now this is something that people don't think about and take into account, but think about this. Tampa Bay, when they play at home or on the East Coast, their normal times are 7 p.m. But this being on the West Coast, it's a 9:40 Eastern start. So it's actually, which is they're going to be 3-hour difference when they start. So that is something to think about when these games are out there. Their whole time and rhythm and their sleep patterns are different when they go across country like this. So whether or not you want to take that into effect, you want to look at that, you want to look at the ballpark rankings, stuff like that. That is just another stat that a lot of casual players might not think about. So think about that when you're building your lineups. Tampa Bay obviously can hit lefties, but he's had mild success against them in the past. Then the final game on the slate, you've got the Padres at the Giants. Blake Snell versus Anthony Desclafani. Snell, 51 plate appearances, a 289 batting average, only striking out 21.6% of the batters he's faced. Desclafani here, 80 plate appearances, 211 batting average, and 16.3 K percentage. Looking at this, obviously I'd love to go Snell here. I would hope that he would, we got to get some length out of him. Just kind of looking at Snell's game logs here. Let's check it out. He just faced this exact same team on Saturday. 5 innings, 1 home run, 1 earned run, and 6 Ks. This will be the 3rd time that he's faced San Francisco. This will be the first time that's not at home. In that first game on April 7th against San Francisco, 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 1 home run, 8 Ks. So mixed results. He hasn't gone more than, so he's gone 5.1 innings one time. He's got to get, man, it would make it so, it would feel so much better if he's gotten 6 or 7 innings at least one time this year. but he has not. So I think what you probably could expect now when you're building your lineups out, if you're one that likes to project out your lineup and stuff like that, like I do, you're looking at 5 innings, 5 Ks, 5 innings, 5 Ks as an average. So obviously with whatever his price is compared to every other pitcher, kind of you can do the math there and see if it's going to be worth it, if you can build around with that. And I do like Blake Snell here. Desclafani, I don't mind him. I think both of these are GPP. I think Snell leans more towards probably cash. I mean, obviously you could do both, but I think I would take Snell in cash and Desclafani in GPP if you were asking me right now. So this is the exact same matchup we saw on last Saturday. Desclafani in that game against the Padres, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, and only 3 Ks, so that's not good. And then he faced them on April 5th, went 5 innings, had 4 Ks, gave up 1 earned run in that. So both of these pitchers have had success against the opposing team here. That being said, looking at that, probably would lean both as GPP just for the main fact that it's hard to tell how far they're going to go into the game. That's my main takeaway out of here. You just don't know how long they're going to go into the game. I think pretty much Blake Snell's 5 innings. That's about it. We'll see. Maybe we'll be wrong, but hopefully that helps you guys. If it did, hit that like button. Again, if we get 30 likes, let's get more. But if we get 30 likes, we'll put a FanDuel and DraftKings GPP lineup down below. And if you like it and you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment for that amazing YouTube algorithm that likes to screw a lot of smaller channels over because maybe we just don't pay. We don't pay enough. But yeah, so that's what I've got in this video. If you have any questions at all, I will try to answer them either down below or you can, the link in our description, you can check out that Discord channel. We've got bots running that post out the lineups for NBA, MLB, any news for PGA, any sport has news. If there's a tweet out on it, it'll tweet out that, and that hopefully helps you out as well. And again, fantasyteamadvisor.com is the website. If you hover over MLB, we're going to get rid of the MLB stats. I keep saying that for 2020, but those are going to be gone by the time you click on it. We'll have the 20 every day, usually by noon. We'll have the updated stats here for 2021. The ballpark rankings are updated every day. The daily BVP, the daily cheat sheet, and the daily lineups are out there as well. Like I've stated in the past, I've been working from home for my full-time job for since the beginning of March, pretty much like everybody else. But I'm going to start going back into the office soon. I know for sure at least on June 1st, if not sooner. And with that, I'm thinking about the cheat sheets. Probably you can expect them about 4 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Eastern, so 2 hours before first pitch, because we'll really have most of the news out by then. I know it's nice to have the cheat sheets and stuff out by noon, I guess. But with that, it's just some people get scratched. The weather is a concern. Most of the time, the lineups are going to be out for the majority of the games by that 5 p.m. Eastern, and that'll give you guys time to look at the ones we like, and we can move on from there. So we'll see, but that's the plan. Lineups usually don't come out till about 30 to 45 minutes before the first pitch because, again, while baseball isn't the most volatile sport when it comes to like late scratches, stuff like that, they do happen. So that is just a mindset. If you guys like that, hit that like button, guys. Definitely go check us out on all social media. Follow us on everything you can. You can go to fantasyteamadvisor.com. All of our social media is right here as well. We had to make a new Facebook page, so if you would like that page, that would be very helpful too. Follow us on Twitter at advisors_team. Our Instagram is fantasyteamadvisors, and obviously you're on the YouTube page right now. So that's what I've got for you guys. Good luck today, and as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.